Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing the main card of UFC 193 right now with the best in the business at analyzing MMA odds, Nick Kalikas from MMAoddsbreaker.com. And Nick Kalikas, Ronda Rousey is, of course, not the only massive favorite in a women's MMA championship fight on the main card of UFC 193. Joanna Jedrzejczyk is minus 2,000 currently against Valerie Letourneau. Now, Jedrzejczyk has been obviously dominant and awesome in her rapid rise to prominence, but it was only very recently that she was an underdog against Carla Esparza. She got a nice win in that one. Now she's minus 2,000 against Letourneau. Now, obviously, the UFC is setting her up for like a showcase fight here. You gave the opinion that the odds on Rousey at minus 2,000 are probably a little bit inflated, as awesome and dominant as Rousey legitimately is. What's your take on Jedrzejczyk here at minus 2,000?
It is overinflated, no doubt about it. I opened at minus 1425, and I thought that was a little steep considering the circumstances. But at the same time, it has been, again, the same situation as Rousey. People are parlaying her, people are betting her straight. People just think it's an easy win because stylistically, the way you guys, or the way this fight is matched up, it's striker versus striker. And Jedrzejczyk is a tremendous striker.
Yeah.
Awesome technique, power on the feet, killer instinct, everything you want to see with good takedown defense as well. So if you have a striker versus striker and the better striker, obviously, has looked tremendous. Her win over Carla Esparza was fantastic. She beat Gadella, which was, in most people's minds, one of the best in the world at that time as well. And then she's basically, other than Gadella, she's ran through her competition thus far.
Right.
And she's starting to get a little bit more marketability as well because she is going out there. She has a great personality. She's not shy to get in the spotlight when she can. She's also been on tour with Rousey. A lot of things have come into this as well that's making her a more popular fighter.
Right.
And whether it impacts the fight or not, it's going to impact the betting action. Her popularity. So she is getting more respect, more popularity. Not on that Rousey level, of course, but still for 115, you have a dominant UFC champion that people are not going to be shy to bet. And that's what we're seeing early on.
All right, so let me ask you this, Nick. Like in boxing, for instance, right? If you have two heavyweights, big punchers, the idea is that no boxer should ever be a massive favorite because every boxer always has, especially in like heavyweights, that one punch knockout chance. And when you have two strikers like this, even though it's a women's strawweight fight, does that sort of analysis play in here? That just because of the matchup, that Letourneau has a puncher's chance here?
She does have a puncher's chance because Letourneau, she's getting a little bit disrespected here. If you look what she's done, she's fought quality competition throughout her career, even up a weight class or two, So she's been fighting. She even fought at 135. So at 115, even though she does struggle to make weight, that's one thing that kind of bothers me. At the weigh-in so far at 115, she's looked terrible. Like she has to be hospitalized. But the problem is, or the good thing for her is that she shows up on fight day and she's fine.
Yeah.
So, that's all that matters. So she's been performing really well, even though that weight cut seems to be pretty tough for her. And she does have power. The thing is, she has good striking on the feet. She has really good kicking game. She's capable of knocking people out their kicks. So Jedrzejczyk has to be careful. And I do think Letourneau does have that outside slim chance to land something and maybe catch Jedrzejczyk, especially if everybody in the planet's just counting her out. You know what I mean? She's going to be motivated. She knows what she's up against here. And like you said, in a heavyweight boxing match, it is a possibility. I think in this spot, it is a possibility as well. But my concern here is in her last fight, Letourneau was getting tagged by a way less capable striker, and she got rocked a little bit. So for me, I think Jedrzejczyk's defense is a little bit better. It's a little bit tighter. Letourneau gets hit a little bit more. And again, Jedrzejczyk does have a lot of power with her strikes, great technique. So I think she does end up landing. And she's the type of girl that you can't get off the hook. Once she lands something that has you hurt, she's going to finish you.
Right.
So that's why I think it is justified that she's a high favorite, but minus 2,000 I think is a little bit steep.
Yeah, Jedrzejczyk obviously has a massive edge here, but I would agree with you. Probably this line is a little bit inflated. If I had to make a bet, probably I would go with Letourneau at plus 1,250. Nick, do you think that the books are going to wind up needing a decision on this one, or not a big deal either way?
I think it'll be similar to the Rousey fight, where we're going to see some heavy straight action coming in, not necessarily all sharp, but on the underdog at that price, and especially since has some pop in her punches and kicks, and she has some power as well. So I think we will see that line drop, as in the Rousey fight as well, as we get closer on fight day. So I don't think it'll be a huge decision. And again, we might actually need Jedrzejczyk when it's all said and done too. So the sports books on the movement on this fight, they got to be a little bit careful, because if you overmove stuff, which a lot of books out there have a tendency to do, which kind of frustrates me at times, because a lot of times you'll see the opening line get bet up and then it comes back down to where it was open often, on fight day as well. So, but at the same time, they're kind of trying to be cautious. You know how that works, and even in football, all sports, the
Yeah.
lines move. They're meant to be bet, so they do move them. So I think we will see the lines kind of come back down to reality a little bit here, and we might actually need the favorites to come through.
Okay, thanks so much for your thoughts, Nick.
Thank you.